Good evening, traders, and welcome to Hautrader UK. It's currently Monday, the 31st of May 2021, and the time is 12 minutes to 11 p.m. UK time. Traders, I want to welcome you back to the channel. Hope you've been enjoying the very few videos that we've put out this year. The focus has been on trading rather than videos, but in the second half of the year, I aim to increase the numbers of videos and live trades that I carry out. So guys, hope from now on in you're going to enjoy the content, and let's see if we can't get some worthwhile knowledge and education in there for you. Now, if this is looking a little bit in your face, this calendar here from the timeanddate.com website, what I've decided to do, up until now I've been using Microsoft Edge, and if you look at Edge, everything's a lot smaller, isn't it? Everything's a lot smaller, and it's a lot more user friendly, isn't it? And if I get rid of that and go into Chrome, which is the browser that I'm now using, everything's absolutely huge, and I haven't yet found a way to minimize that. I suppose I could just minimize, hold down and minimize in that way, but that minimizes everything else that I'm looking at, and I'm not necessarily au fait with that. But let's leave that like that for now. Guys, as you can see, it's 10 to 11 here. Let's jump over into the charts, and let's just give you a little bit of explanation from the higher time frame what I'm thinking here. Now, if you remember, all of my decisions are fundamentally biased. So I look at the fundamentals, and I look at them as close as I possibly can, and I decide on a direction that I believe that price is going to go based on the fundamentals. Now, last year, what I was doing is I was finding the direction that I wanted to go in, trade in based on the fundamentals, and I was only trading in that direction. Since last year, I've also been trialing my ability to trade counter to the fundamental direction. And what I mean by that is that because I trade the longer time frames, okay, it can take sometimes days or weeks before price gets to a level that I'm looking to trade off of. And what I'm actually missing is a trade in the opposite direction, the sentiment shift on the opposite direction. So let me say, for argument's sake, let me just move this to one side, and let's see if I can put it in pictures for you. So let's say I'm bullish a currency. So I'm looking for price to go up. Okay, I'm looking for price to go up. However, at the moment, price is currently doing this. Now, because I'm bullish fundamentally, okay, and price is currently doing this, I'm missing all of this move, aren't I? Because what I'm doing is I'm waiting for price to get down to a level, which could potentially be here, let's say, which could potentially, let's just for argument's sake, the level that I want to trade at is here. So I'm looking for price to get down into that level and then to go long again, aren't I? I'm looking for price to then take off to the upside. If I could get my arrow, take off to the upside. Now, the problem with that, and it's, don't get me wrong, it's a waiting game trading, but the problem with that is, what I've been ignoring is the change in the sentiment into this box. So I've decided that I'm going to start having a more synergistic approach to my trading. Okay, I've added this to my arsenal, and I'm actually going to be looking at the counter fundamental analysis direction move. In other words, what I'm going to be looking at, I'm not just going to be looking at trading in the direction of the fundamentals. If I see an opportunity to trade the sentiment, I'm going to take that trade. And I've got some trades which are live currently, although I haven't posted them yet, which will show you exactly that. So let me get to what I'm actually talking about here. Now, Here we are on the monthly chart of the Canadian dollar Swiss franc, the Canadian Swissy, okay? Now, fundamentally, I am bullish the Canadian dollar. So I am looking for the Canadian dollar to go up against the Swiss franc, which I expect to go down. However, currently, I believe that that up move is ready for a correction, and I'll show you why in a moment, okay? But just keep that in your mind that I'm looking for price here to go up, but I've seen an opportunity to make some pips to the short side based on the current fundamental sentiment and also my technical analysis. Now, I'm not going to go through the fundamental analysis here because it's very in-depth, it takes a lot of time, and we'd be here all night should I decide to go through that. I'm going to show you technically what I've seen, and why I'm looking to probably take a short position in this pair, short-term short position in this pair. Now, so as I said, we're here on the monthly chart of the CAD Swissy, the Canadian dollar Swissy. Now, what I'm looking at is here, what I'm actually looking at is I'm looking at this area here. This what am I looking for here? I'm looking for this arrow. You see how price here has pretty much since 2015 just been going sideways, hasn't it? Price has just been meandering sideways since January 2015. And then all of a sudden, price then breaks the low in March 2020, which is COVID, isn't it? So COVID forced price down to break these lows here. And since then, price has pushed back up, okay? Now, my argument is, well, okay, where is price going to push back up to? Well, I actually think that price could push up to this level here. This level here, if I can get my horizontal line, I think that price, this is going to be where I'm going to be looking for price to push up to. Okay, and remember we're here on the monthly chart right at the moment. Now let's just have a look at a few things that I'm looking to talk to you about here. So keep that in your mind. This white line is the level that I think price could push up to. Let's go down the time frame. Let's go down to the daily chart and let's just see where price is at the moment. All right. So there you have the white line where I think price could push up to. So how many pips is that away? Let's just have a look at that. So if I bring price to where price is, that's some 330 pips away at the moment. However, if I just auto this back down, there's a pattern in here. There's a pattern in here that I really, really like. Okay, guys? And I'm going to do some Fibonacci measurements just to show you why I'm looking to actually go counter trend or counter fundamental analysis trend for the moment. So let's take the first measurement, which is this fib extension from this low up into this high and back down in. And look at that. Look at where that 127 fib extension comes to. And look what happens at that level. Look at exactly what happens at that level. Price has pushed up into that level, pushed back down, pushed back up. And I'm hoping that price is going to push back down again. Okay? Now, the next question then becomes, well, all right, where is price going to push? Where could price push back down to? Well, let's have a look at that, guys. Let's just have a look at exactly where I believe price could push down to. So let's just get rid of some of this stuff here for now. Let's just remove some of these lines, try and keep the chart as clear as possible. But you're going to have to remember some of the things that I've got in mind. All right. So remember, right there is the equal legs here, 127 fib extension. How about Fibonacci? Is there any Fibonacci confluence in that area? Where's my highest point? Well, okay, of this swing, here is my highest point. So if I get a Fibonacci retracement and I come down in, did you see what just happened there, guys? Let me just grab this and show you what happened. Let me just grab this. Look at the green dashed line. Can you see that? That's the 67.8 fib retracement. Random fib retracement, but it allows me a zone in between the 618 and the 67.8. If I pull that back down in, look at where that lines up. That lines up right above that 127 fib extension. Guys, there's no surprise that price has reacted at this level, is there? Now, I believe that price could push down a little further from this level. And the reason I think that is because of the fundamental analysis that I've done, the sentiment analysis that I've done, all right? And I think that price needs to take a breather here before it continues on up, potentially to this white line. All right. Now remember, this is a live market, as you can see here. Clock is ticking away. It's Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, so the markets are light. So what am I looking for? All right. Well, you can see this yellow line here. Well, this yellow line represents where I potentially feel that price could come to. All right. And what does that represent? Well, all that is an equal legs. It's an equal leg of this down leg here. It's just that leg transposed across to that leg. But there's another place that price could actually go to, guys, and I just want to show you that. Let me just get rid of this for a second. And let me just get this fib extension. If I take this fib extension and I pull it down and I pull it back up in, this is the equal legs. This is the equal legs fib extension. So this is where I believe price could go to primarily. However, I also think if price pushes past this low, this is possibly where it could go to next. So I'm going to put a little horizontal line in there just to remind me that that is also where price could go. But that's not going to be my initial target. My initial target is going to be these lows here. So I'm hoping for price to push down. Let me get my arrow. I'm hoping for price to push down, take out this low here. Yeah, take out, oopsie daisy. Let's get rid of that. Wrong tool. I'm hoping for price to then take out this level here. I'm going to change that colour because there's too many of the same colours on this chart and I really need to keep things separate. Let's go with that colour there, shall we? Ah, same colour. Let's go with a totally different colour. What am I looking for? Let's have, how about a little bit of red there? That's better. So this is initially where I'm going to put my target, guys, because I believe this is where price is going to come to. All right. Now, how many pips is in that? Let's just have a look. If I was to sell from where I am, to these lows, guys, there's 180 pips there. Well worth a shot, you know, and I can keep my risk fairly low. If I just take my risk above this high here, you know, where are we? 86 pips. That's a 2-to-1 risk reward, unless price comes down to this area here, and then there's 275 pips if I allow price to come down to this level here. So let's get this trade set up, guys. It's this pattern here that I'm interested in. So just so you know what I'm wanting to happen, I think price is either going to come down to this level here, and then I'm going to be hopefully looking for a buy to get back on the bigger fundamental trend. That's a possibility. Or price is going to push down to here, and this is going to be the area that I look to get back onto the bigger fundamental trend. And that's my play, guys. So that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on with this pair. As I said, I've done this based on the fundamentals. I'm looking at this current sentiment and also this pattern here. We've got some Fibonacci confluence here, haven't we? Now, what else? When price does come down, or if price comes down, what else have I got to back up this level here if price gets to here? And the one thing that I want to show you is what I've got right here. If I just make a line there, okay, and I just click on that and I go to my template, I've got a demand zone right there, guys. A demand zone daily demand zone, which lines up right with this 127 fib extension of this swing. So guys, I could be playing for this area because that's certainly a great area. There's a bit of confluence down there, isn't there, to get long again. But yet again, as I say, that the sentiment has to change before I go and buy this pair. So the next question becomes, well, how do I get in? How do I get in? Let's go down to the 4-hour chart. Okay, and here's that same move playing out right here. Now, all I do is I've seen this swing here. Where are we? Fibonacci extension. Fibonacci retracement, sorry. Let's take a full Fibonacci retracement of that swing. Let's go to my template and bam. This is where, if price gets up there, this is where I'm going to get short. So this is where I'm going to set my trade. Hopefully price can push up to that level, take me in, and then push down to my stop loss, which potentially could be here. I'm going to set an alert above there so I can take a view on what I do if price gets down there. So let's get this trade set up, guys, and let's see how this goes. Now, we're placing a limit order, aren't we? So let me just get this set up. So let me just put that right in there. Bam. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to make a trade, don't I? Actually, no, let me just get the tool. The tool is for me, that's better. I want to put in a short position. So here we go. Right there. That's better. Now, let me just move this away, out of the way. Can I move that? Beautiful. For the moment. Okay. So, where do I want my stop loss to be? Right here. 206 pips away. All right. Now, what do I want my risk reward to be? Okay, what do I want my take profit to be? Not my take profit, where do I want my stop loss to go? Get my words tongue twisted there. So let's just take it slightly above the tops there. Slightly above the tops. If price goes beyond these highs, I don't want to be in this trade, do I, guys? I really don't want to be in this trade. All right, 206 pips. Okay, I'm going to set an alarm above here so I can, because what I think I'm going to do is if price gets to here and takes, I'm going to look to see if I might allow price to push further, you know, because this is a better area for me to be buying from. But don't get me wrong, I'd happily take 206 pips. So let's set up this trade. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to create a limit order, don't we? So let's go right click, create limit order. Now concentrate, guys. What do we want to do here? We want to sell the market, so that's lit up, that's fine. And we want to sell it on limit order, don't we? That's perfect. Everything's set up right. This section here is asking me how much of my account do I want to risk? Well, I'm going to let's just go in and I just want to see what we're looking at. All right, so if I risk 1% of my account, okay, that's absolutely perfect. I'm not going to risk 1%, I'm going to risk 0.75% of my account. That's what I'm going to risk to see if I can't make this trade work, guys. Now, remember, guys, TradingView is not my real account. This is where I do my live analysis. So once I've set this order up here, this is for video purposes. I'm going to go across to my MTF5 account and just mirror this trade and then just see if it plays out. And that's simply how I trade every day of the week. So let's set this up, guys. Let's get in there. And there you go on the left there, as you can see, the order has now been entered. We're now awaiting for price to push up into, let's get rid of all this Fibonacci stuff now. Excellent. So we're waiting for price to push up into this level here. Let's have a look. Oopsie daisy, let's close that down. All right, so we're waiting for price to push up into this level here. All right, take us in and hopefully push down to this level. Now, let's set some alerts, shall we? There's some things that I need to set up so this trade is as automated as possible. And I'm wary that we've been going on 20 minutes already with this video, so I need to speed it up. So first things first, let's set my stop. Or not my stop, where I want to take off 50% of my account. So here is that figure there. So if I just hover above there, drag this down, okay, so what that means is now this vertical line represents my risk in the market. All right, now Let me get a horizontal line and just place that right there. So this horizontal line now represents a 1-to-1 of my account. And what I like to do is I like to make it this colour. Maybe it doesn't need to be that thick though, that's the only thing. So let me just go into settings and just tone down the thickness of this. That's better. All right. So, but I don't take off 1-to-1, do I? I take off 2-to-1. To make this trade worth my while, I want to make 2-to-1 on the first half of my position. So there we go. So that's where I'm going to take off, if price gets there, half of my position. And yet again, I just set an alert, add an alert if price is crossing down through that level. Okay, and there's a message for me to say. The message is called take off 50%. Take off 50%. Okay. And that's it. As when the clock appears, there you go. There's my alert set in there. And I'm going to I need to give that so that's what I'm going to be looking for there. And I'm also going to set another alert just here, just to remind me. So set alert, that price getting close to take profit. When price is crossing down again through that level, alert called crossing down, price getting close. Do we shoot for one extension? All right. That's it, guys. We're set up. We're ready to go. And let's see what happens. You know, I may get taken in, I may not. But let's just see what happens. Hope you enjoyed the little presentation there, traders. Again, it just shows you how systematic my trading is. This may play out. It may not. It may take me in. I could lose. That's trading. Catch you all very, very soon, traders. Thanks for sitting in with me. And once again, welcome to Hautrader UK. Take care now.